Hey, Gundam Maniacs, welcome to another episode of Gundam Explained. For this episode, we're looking at a Robot Spirits here, and this is a big old box, RX-75 4 Guntank and white base deck. Is that even in the screen? Yeah, so this is something I've been looking for a while. I've collected all the white base decks. There's 3 total. This one was just super expensive, and so I just never jumped on it. I just happened to come across one that wasn't as expensive. It comes with the gun tank, the core fighter, so it's really a full package. So yeah, we'll take a look. But before we get started, if you haven't, please subscribe and give this video a like if it seems pretty cool to you as you're watching it. Yeah, that helps me out. Okay, so here we are. This is a big thing. So I have to figure out how to adjust this. So let's pull back just for a second, just so you can kind of get a full look at what's going on here. So we've got this white base piece. Again, there's 3 total. One is just a back piece. One is more of a launching deck. And then one is kind of another back piece, but with this corner or back to it, and makes it a corner piece. So you can connect them all together and look cool. I'll actually do a separate video on my white base setup now that I've got this. But you can also see that it comes with multiple contraptions for picking up pieces of mobile suits, machinery, things that we've seen in the original anime, which is pretty cool. It also comes with a connector piece and the landing gear for the core fighter, and I'll get into that here in a second. But just wanted to pull the camera out so you can just kind of get a look at this. And this is something that could be completely taken down, put back together. A lot of like chain base style things, like when you buy Gunpla accessories that are bases or whatever, it really requires a lot of building. And it's actually the same with this. You actually can build it, take it down, modify it, and actually I'll get into that into a future video. But yeah, for now, let's look at the gun tank. All right, so here we have it. This is the RX-75 gun tank. You know, very cool. This is something I'd always wanted. It took a while to get it. I love that it comes with all these effect pieces that you can see. You have to have it in specific, but I mean, it's still great. And then with this too, you can use on others if you wanted to, the way this is made. Because you can kind of see with the connectors on this, it would be hard to really use it for other things unless it happened to just be the 4 in the right spot. But, you know, just getting a look at this, you know, another thing I like about the Robot Spirits, color separation, the attention to detail of looking like it's an anime version, even articulation. And so let's actually get through articulation first. So we've got the cannons. They move up all the way. They move down. We've got this little head here, and that even moves up. It's pretty cool. It's kind of like the cockpit of the gun tank. Looks like a head. It's got these antennae here, but they don't move at all. You can actually open the cockpit and see a pilot inside. So that's very cool. So you can recreate anytime one of the pilots happen to utilize the gun tank in 0079. Now, as we get down further, we have the arms, which are very well done. Let's see if I can get this out more. Okay, it looks like there is a limit to how far up the arms can go, but they can go all the way around. You can really get the position you want if you kind of play around with it. So that's good to know. And it's got like the bend at the elbow. And I really just like the detail here, how you can see like the elbow is different than the rest of it. And they did a good job, again, with the articulation. That's it straight. You go to bend it, and it tucks in. Very well done. So it's got this waist, right? And it looks like there's multiple components to it. There's actually a gimmick that I'm going to get to in a second. But first of all, we can kind of see where it has this base that it moves on in the first place. But then it has a little bit of movement. And it's not too much, you know, when I talk about like, but I think that's for a reason, and I'm about to show that. And then we get to the treads. You can actually pull them so you can kind of get some, I guess, different poses depending on the terrain maybe this thing is on and making it look realistic. I don't know. I mean, it's pretty cool. And then it's even got a place on the back for a connector. You can even take that off if you needed to unscrew something, which I don't know. I just took that off for the first time to see. That's new to me. Okay, and so it's got this piece on the back here. This is for you to recreate that scene with the Gundam sitting on the back. I mean, you could probably do it anyway, but it just helps that you can turn it around here and just have the connector, the stand connector piece right there. Just makes it easy. So, I mean, you can see when it comes to what this does, it does everything you'd expect, and it looks really good doing it. Now, here's the other thing. You can pull off the top. Let me try to get it. And then in here, you have the core fighter. So this opens up. I love this. I love the whole core fighter concept, and I love the way it looks. There we go, a core fighter, and there is someone in the cockpit, so that looks super cool. I wonder if you can open the cockpit. Yeah, you can. Oh, it looks like it's made to go back. So look at that. You can pull that back. There's a pilot in there. That looks awesome. Yeah, very cool. Love the detail to that. And then, like I was talking about before, it comes with the landing gear if you want to stick that on as it's sitting there, and a connector piece that you could put on if you want to put a stand on it to make it look like it's flying. So pretty cool that you got the options. This is almost like the fully featured, what you would expect from the core fighter and the Guntank from 0079. All right, let's take a look at the instructions real quick. You can kind of see what I was talking about, where how you kind of like build this however you want. And it has like the different arm options depending on what you're trying to replicate, what you're trying to do. Yeah, and that even expands even more. Yeah, it tells you how to build it in general, but you can modify it. And you can see there's little pieces that you can take off here and there. And showing, yeah, sold separately, where you can add some more pieces to it. So, all right, and then looking at the Guntank itself, kind of showing where you can put the core block. And yeah, a shot of it. Oh, that looks actually cool. How they have the shot of it set up like that. I might have to test that out. Yeah, and then putting the core block back, putting in the effect pieces, just looking at some articulation. Yeah, the effect pieces again, what to do with the Gundam that you can attach. Oh, and sold separately, but thrusters that you can put on it and on the bottom. Yeah, and all the things for the core fighter. So yeah, it's very cool. All right, and there you have it. That is the Guntank and the core fighter with the white base, which is just an awesome accessory thing to have, is pieces of the white base. And, you know, I have 4 total. One of them I have 2 of. So I've built like a complete white base, and I'd like to show that off here in a future video coming up shortly. But anyway, let me know what you guys think about this release. What you think about Robot Spirits in general. I love the stuff, and I love the Guntank. Even though they've done a good job of modernizing all this stuff, that 0079 Ver anime stuff just looks great anyway. So yeah, thanks for watching. Subscribe if you haven't. Give it a like, and yeah, we'll talk later.